Why is content marketing important? Well, here are 7 new reasons content marketing is the future of online business, especially for health and fitness professionals. Hey, Uriel Kame here, and welcome to another edition of HPTV, Healthpreneur TV, helping you, the health and fitness professional, turn your expertise into a thriving online business. Now, let me ask you, are you trying to figure out a way to stand above the crowd, rise above the noise of all the other websites and online businesses in the health, wellness, and nutrition and fitness industry? If so, what I'm about to share with you is going to make a big difference to you. Also, do you want to find a way to have an easier time converting people who don't even know you into loyal fans, subscribers, and customers? If so, stick with me for the next couple of minutes because we're going to dive into 7 new reasons content marketing is the future for your online business. Now, before we get into the 7 reasons, I want to share a couple little stories with you. First and foremost, I've had an online business now, at the time of this recording, for about 11 years. And one of the things that, I've made a lot of mistakes when I first started out, but one of the things that I did right was creating content. And I didn't do so with much strategy. In fact, I just created a ton of YouTube videos. And in fact, if you're subscribing to my channel, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe today. I have over 800 videos on fitness, nutrition, and health. And that was one of the first things that I did right out of the gate that actually helped grow my business. So even though I was making all these other mistakes in my business, I pretty much had no idea what I was doing. It took me several years to really figure this out. What I did do well was create these videos that added value to those people watching them. And over time, those viewers may have watched 1, 10, 100 of my videos, came back to my website, and had a much easier time conducting business with me because they felt like they knew, liked, and trusted me at that point. So that's one reason I believe that content is very important. And what I'm going to be sharing with you today is valid if you're going to be doing YouTube videos or writing blog content or podcasting or any other form of free content, okay? Now, the other thing to think about is if we look at a lot of the big thought leaders, people like Seth Godin, right? Gary Vaynerchuk, Robin Sharma, who's a friend of mine, other people like that, how have they gotten their name out there? Well, they've written a book. Well, how did they write a book? Well, they created a platform that initially was generated by content put out into the marketplace, right? So content has a really important place in your business model. And if it doesn't, then you're really going to be falling behind what everyone else is doing. So with that said, let's jump into the 7 new reasons that content marketing is a must for your online health or fitness business. Now, the first thing to understand is that as a health and fitness expert, you are essentially a thought leader. You have specific ideas, perspectives, and insights that you share. So the number one reason that you need to be developing content around your uniqueness about your message is that you are a thought leader, and as such, you need to share your thoughts, right? If you don't, then how is anyone going to know what you're all about? So that's the number one reason you need to be developing content, whether that's written, video, or audio. Very important. The second big reason is that it generates massive goodwill in the marketplace. So if you have somebody who lands on a website and it's just, here's the product, buy now. You're like, who are you? And well, I'm not going to buy this because I have no idea what this is. However, if you're always asking, instead of always asking to just buy my stuff, you're actually providing great value and content to your viewers, readers. Over time, what's happening is they're shifting the relationship to being somebody who's actually adding value to their lives instead of always asking for a sale. So think about what are the most common questions in your niche, right? What are the things, what are the problems people are dealing with? And how can you answer those questions in a blog post, on video? And doing so will position you as an expert and the thought leader, the sought after thought leader in your specific niche. Now, when I talk about niche within the wellness industry, obviously it's a pretty big space, right? So it could be maybe you're the person who's helping soon-to-be brides get in great shape for their wedding, or moms who just gave birth get rid of the baby weight. Okay, so some examples of small targeted niches. So that's the second big reason, is that you're adding massive goodwill into that specific marketplace. Now, the third reason is that providing great content is probably the easiest way, other than if you have an amazing product, which, unless you're the iPhone, let's be very honest, most of us are not in the position to be creating unbelievable unicorns. So content, assuming that it's amazing content, is the best way to generate word of mouth. and thus sharing, right? So in today's world, online, social media, especially social media kind of runs the game. If you're providing content that is valuable to other people, like this video, hopefully, you will want to share it with other people who may find this valuable as well. So when you're writing stuff or creating videos, think about, is this valuable in a sense where people will be like, wow, this is amazing, I need to share this. And that's the new currency in the online business, okay? So content is going to help you spread your message. And if it's amazing content and it really serves your audience, then it's going to spread almost without your control, which is pretty cool. So the fourth big reason, the fourth new reason that content marketing is key for your online business is that it repels and attracts the right people into your business. Now, let's look at the first part. It repels people from doing business with you. And that's a good thing, right? So let me use an example of video. Video is beautiful because in a split second, you're making judgments. And I'm not judging you, I'm just saying this is the way we operate as human beings, right? So maybe you're watching this and you're like, I don't like the way this guy looks. Why doesn't he have any hair? Don't worry, there's a story behind that. If you haven't seen my videos, well, you can go to the website and check it out. I'll give you the website in a second. But essentially, maybe you don't like my voice, maybe you don't like the way I dress, whatever it is, those are simple prejudgments that are going to repel you from my stuff, or maybe you like what I'm talking about here and it attracts you to want to go deeper and learn more. So when you put out your content, simply by video, right, we're making judgments, but also by the content of the content itself, right? Am I full of, do I actually know what I'm talking about, right? Am I giving you new insights and perspectives that you may not have thought about before, right? These are things that are going to help attract the right people. Do you have a specific position and stance on something that is going to infuriate some people while other people are like, yes, I want to be part of this? Right? So that's really important in your content, is to be able to take a stance, a position, right? And this goes back to the number one point we talked about, which is thought leaders need to share their thoughts, right? So when you share your thoughts, your perspectives, your insights, you naturally are going to repel some people and attract others. And that's just the way it is, and that's great. That's what you want. You're not the one-size-fits-all solution for everybody, okay? That's the last thing you want to be. So number 5 is that content lowers resistance for people to do business with you. Once again, we're not in the business of selling iPhones. We are not Apple. We are not IBM. We're not these massive brands that people know, right? You can build a great brand, but you have to be incorporating that with some type of value add into the marketplace, right? It's not about putting billboards on the side of highways and expecting people to do business with you, or expecting people to land on your website and buy your stuff. It doesn't matter how cool your stuff is. If you're helping people lose weight, if you're helping them get in shape, if you've got the latest diet, nobody cares because they've seen it 100 times. So you need to provide content in a way that actually speaks to their problems and helps solve them. Over time, as you develop that relationship through education, through this content, which essentially is marketing, right? Education is marketing, teaching is selling, that's the way I see it. Over time, people start to drink your Kool-Aid. And as you build that relationship, even virtually, the barrier to resistance of doing business with you becomes a lot lower. So they're more likely to buy your stuff and become a customer, which is very important. The 6th reason why content is super important in today's day and age and into the future is that Google values content above all else. So Google, think about this. Google is trying to be a human. It's trying to rank websites based on what other people are deeming these websites as important or not important. So if you're doing a search for how to lose weight and you have a website that talks about computers, well, guess what? Your website is not going to rank for how to lose weight. However, if you're providing amazing content on how to lose weight and people are loving this and sharing it and linking to it, that is going to tell Google that, hey, this is a great website. We're going to rank it higher in the search. It's kind of like going to a restaurant and the restaurant has nobody inside, and then you have the maitre d' outside in the streets trying to beg you to come in. And I'm sure you've been to these restaurants, maybe if you've traveled somewhere. Now, contrast that to the restaurant that you can't even get into because it's so busy and it has reservations booked up for the next 3 months. Everyone wants to be in that restaurant. And that's a vote of confidence, right? And that's the way Google sees this, is that your vote of confidence to Google, or Google is looking at votes of confidence to your website by the quality of your content. And that goes back to the fact that people are actually talking about it and sharing it, okay? So that's really super important. The 7th reason that content is super, super powerful is that it's evergreen, right? Assuming we're not jumping on the latest news jacking stuff, right? Who cares about what's happening in the news and creating content around that? That's a blip on the radar. If you're creating content around problems that are pervasive, that people will always have into the future, for instance, how to lose weight, how to have more energy, how to gain muscle, right? And then subcategories of all that stuff, right? You know your stuff. If you're creating content around those themes, that is evergreen content that people are searching for. And if you are providing that content, you are giving them answers. And that's huge, right? So whether that's video or written content, it doesn't really matter. But the key is that you're expressing your thoughts, you're getting your ideas out into the marketplace and actually providing solutions to your audience. Okay? So those are the 7 new reasons that content is very, very important for helping you build your online health or fitness business. And if this makes sense, give it a thumbs up, right? Share with your peeps. Subscribe to the channel. You'll also notice on my channel that I have a lot of health and fitness videos, and I've obviously branched out into developing more entrepreneurship and online business videos as well, because with my Healthpreneur division, our goal is to help other health and fitness professionals just like you turn your expertise into a thriving online business to make more impact, make more income, and have more freedom. If that's something you're interested in, I invite you to join us. Now, if you'd like a free, cool tool to help you get your content marketing into the ethers, click the link on this video or just below and you will be taken to a page where you can download my free content marketing launchpad. This is a quick 2-page little worksheet that will help you get very, very clear on what it is you offer, how you can reach your audience, and how you can get it out there quickly. So that's a free gift to you just for watching this video. Hey, what can I say, right? And I want to thank you so much for tuning in to HPTV today. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you in our next episode.